I would like others to ask the questions of all three of the speakers, and to keep in mind that honking makes our roads less safe, not more safe, because it's good that we are building roads. It's good that we should have the capability of moving traffic, but there are many ways of doing it. It's not just road traffic. It's not just car traffic. There has to be all kinds of traffic, as Hussein said. So thank you very much. And I would request you to please put up your hands and ask questions. And Avinash, if you can take care of the technicalities of the questions, that would be great.
Sure.
Challenged.
Just a sec. Aditya Patel. Yeah.
Yeah, hi, thank you. So my question is with respect to these modified silencers nowadays, we're seeing a lot of nuisance, and that is also one of the contributing factor towards noise pollution. So what are your takes on those, and how can we address such issues? And sorry, but I am from Pune, but enlightening facts about Mumbai. So thank you.
Please say who your question is addressed to also.
I would say if Dr. Patel can address that.
It will not come under his purview. I mean, because you're talking about modified silencers.
Sorry. I meant.
I'm sorry, Dr. Patel, no offense meant. But this is a part of enforcement and prosecution. What you can do is, you go on the website of Pune Police and send a complaint on that. And you can also write a letter to them, to the DCP Traffic in Pune. At the same time, you can also send a copy to the RTO department in Pune. They are all, the RTO is always short-staffed, but I'm sure, the Pune Traffic Police, they will be surely taking action on that, because any modification done to a vehicle has to be certified by the RTO department.
Okay, thank you.
I'm wondering if Dr. Oak has any question. I mean, I think it would be great to hear from him as someone who has been one of the earliest pioneers of the noise movement way back in the 1980s. Dr. Oak, are you there? I don't think he's here, so maybe somebody else.
Yeah, Charmin.
Yeah, hi sir, this is Charmin Sheikh from Sabusidik Polytechnic. I'm a lecturer. Though I don't have much knowledge what is going around right now in the field, but there is one thing I wanted to know, whether the sound decibels, like whatever the sound is there currently at the area, is that being reflected on the traffic signals? Like, this was in my mind, कि जैसे हम लोग yellow, green and red लगाते हैं, if we have a display that this much sound is currently at this point, and then there is some sensor on the car, so you cannot horn now. So if that can be implemented, is it implemented already? I just wanted to know about that.
It is not implemented, but that's a wonderful suggestion, if we, the basic purpose of installing timers, on the signals was to alert the driver, to tell them, that in the next 15 or 20 seconds, the signal is going to turn green. So that they don't honk horns, But that was the purpose why the timers were put up, But this is an excellent suggestion, and this can, Sumaira, you can take this up to the traffic police. I will also take it up with them. हर signal के ऊपर अगर decibel meter हम लगा सके, तो the motorists also will be able to understand कि what are they contributing to.
Right. Thank you, sir.
That's really a great suggestion. And the Mumbai Traffic Police had put out a viral video early this year where they actually did this. They put up a decibel meter and they made this short video saying that the signal will stay red longer if you honk. While it may not be practical to actually keep people waiting longer because that would make more traffic, but sending the message across, and I think decibel meters are something that they should consider long term. Are there any other questions?
Yes,
Yes, my question is to Harish sir again. I am from Hinduja College with reference to Sangeeta ma'am. My name is Vinita Sharma. I want to ask the question that sir has mentioned that we have to uh, enter a syllabus or a chapter in elementary school. As we are youth now, my question is the youth is more into apps and software kind. There any mechanism in car or in vehicle that gives a alert that you have use horn for 5 to 10 times, so not only by the traffic signals but also the user, the driver of the vehicle can get a alert that we have more from this. So your take on this, sir?
This you'll have to take it up with the vehicle manufacturers, and that may not be a very pleasant thing, because I'll tell you, most of the problem can be taken care of, if the manufacturers, at the manufacturing stage itself, if they start using horns, which are within the decibel levels. हॉर्न मतलब मैन्युफैक्चर ही होता है, उसका डेसिबल लेवल स्टार्टिंग से ही उसका ज्यादा है, तो वहीं से प्रॉब्लम शुरू होती है. तो दिस विल बी लिटिल डिफिकल्ट, काउंटर भी अगर लगा दिया है मान लो गाड़ी के अंदर आपने, तो फाइनली इट इज द माइंडसेट, द ड्राइवर हैज टू थिंक, वो यही सोचेगा कि हाउ मेनी टाइम्स आई हैव हॉर्न्ड टुडे, ओके 30 टाइम्स 40 टाइम्स, हाउ डज इट मैटर. It has to come from within, and I feel that it may not be a very effective method. Dr. Saab, your take on this?
I feel enforcement and awareness go side by side. And I feel that not only it's great to have awareness, but the police have done such fantastic work in curbing other types of traffic violations like seatbelts and drunk driving that I think both need to be done. If I may ask a question to Dr. Patel, please.
Yes, Sumera, of course.
Would you agree that if honking and traffic as the single largest source of noise is going to affect not only bystanders but the drivers themselves, that it contributes to road rage because of adrenaline surges, mental health issues, and makes the drivers themselves drive less safely, speed more, give them that thought that they are able to be invincible? Would that be correct? Would you agree with that?
You are absolutely right. And I think in time to come, medical textbooks will have as causes of disease noise pollution. Hypertension already has been known for noise pollution. And you're perfectly right. The stress of hormones, the hormones that jump into your body when someone horns you, raises your rage, gets you. Which one of us has not been subject to road rage? Think, let's introspect and see. All of us at some point of time get bothered by road rage. We need more to understand the situation of noise, calm ourselves, and educate ourselves and educate the people from their school level. Noise is a bad thing. It's horrible for your health.
Do you think the time will come when noise will also be associated with increased accidents because of road rage?
I think I would agree with you. I think that time has already come. I think, why are we saying that? But that's what road rage does. It throws people out of gear.
Are there any more questions?
Yes, plenty. Just a sec. We'll take 2-3 more, I guess.
Good evening, sir. And my name is Kaumudi Vaidya. I'm from Guru Nanak Khalsa College. The department is BAMMC, and the reference is from Pravesh Viswanathan, sir, KPVA. So my question is to Mr. Harish, sir, that what are the damages resulting from noise pollution? Like, what is the impact of noise pollution on human cardiovascular system and other internal organs?
Kaumudi, I am not a doctor.
I should be answering that.
Patel will be the right person to answer that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Thanks for considering me to be a doctor, but
the thing that it does is when you're exposed to these loud noises, you get secretion of adrenaline, noradrenaline in your body. That is horrible for you. It raises your blood pressure, disturbs your mentation, damages the internal lining of your arteries, and causes heart disease. These are the effects that we know as of today. I'm sure as we go along the road, more and more effects of noise are to be found, and it will certainly come in the textbook that noise, ambient noise, is the greatest problem for health at some point of time. I don't even know what other diseases will be caused by it. Yes.
Sumaira, I wanted to share my experience with Nasik police, with the Nasik administration. 22nd of March 2019, we started, 2020 rather, we started having this lockdown. And there were several cases of COVID patients, being rushed to the hospitals. There were several ambulances day in and day out. They used to run on the roads, blaring sirens. Now, this also has a very adverse effect on the patient who is sitting in the ambulance. उसका भी blood pressure बढ़ जाता है. I'm sure Dr. Patel will agree with this. The siren जितना बजते जाएगा, उस पेशेंट का भी ब्लड प्रेशर वो बढ़ते जाता है. उसके साथ में जो रिलेटिव्स है उनका भी बढ़ते जाता है. सायरन का पर्पस ये है कि when the road is not clear, that time they used to it's used for clearing the road. रात में 2 बजे और 3 बजे, सुबह 4 बजे जब रास्ते के ऊपर कोई भी गाड़ी नहीं है, तब भी एम्बुलेंस वाले जो है तो सायरन बजाते हुए जा रहे हैं. पूरी लोकेलिटी जो है तो उसको जगा कर जाते हैं. प्लस दे विल कंटिन्यू टिल द टाइम दे आर रीचिंग द हॉस्पिटल. Mr. Suraj Mandre, he is the collector of Nasik, and I had a lengthy discussion with him. I said, कि sir, this is ridiculous, कि मतलब वैसे ही लॉकडाउन में सारी गाड़ियां they are off the road, no one is allowed on the roads. और तब भी ये अगर ये मतलब इन्हें कुछ isolated गाड़ी 5% 7% ट्रैफिक रोड के ऊपर है, उसमें भी अगर ये सायरन बजाते हुए जा रहा है, तो it is not serving anyone's purpose. He agreed with that and he immediately issued an order banning all these ambulances from the use of sirens. So my take on this, अगर हमने कोशिश हमारी तरफ से अगर छोटी सी भी करे तो उसमें जरूर कामयाब होते हैं. That's why in the beginning I said कि I will do my bit. मैं जो कर सकता हूँ मैं वो करूँगा. सुफरान ने जो करना है वो सुफरान करे. प्रेरणा या सारिका या पूजा या फिर अविनाश या अपूर्वा, ये जो सब लोगों ने जो अपने अपने लेवल पे जो करना है, अगर हम अपने फैमिली को ही अगर एजुकेट कर दें, हमारे घर में 4 लोग हैं, 4 लोगों को भी अगर बोल दे कि भाई आप 4 कभी भी गाड़ी चलाएंगे तो हॉर्न नहीं बजाएंगे, that would be a good beginning, I suppose. Sumaira.
I had requested the Mumbai police, who has partnered with us in the past, to again take up the campaign of Tell the Driver, starting with Mumbai police drivers who also honk constantly when they drive, to tell their own drivers not to honk. So the Mumbai police and all of us in this webinar, maybe that will be a beginning, I hope.
Yes. I have one question. I'm a Mumbaiker. I'm based in Borivali. Very good points mentioned by Harish and Hussein and Dr. Altaf and Sumaira. One point is that we are seeing that these buses, they're doing a lot of honking in Borivali, where I stay close to National Park, because of the hub, the intercity hub. And we also see the issues of the metros being built and the road traffic, and people are honking. That's a known problem. But what about we requesting the government or the local government like the BMC to do on the infrastructure? Because what I see, there are parallel roads towards the Western Express Highway and towards Linking Road and SV Road, which can be which can be opened, or infrastructure can be made better. I guess Hussein can answer this. According to there are many roadblocks which can be opened, and we can have a better infrastructure, if I'm not wrong. Is that correct, Hussein?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot that can be done. Again, I will kind of reiterate what I was saying, that Mumbai has a really efficient rail system. It's overcrowded, it's overloaded, it runs beyond its capacity, which is all true. And therefore, what we need to be doing is really improving its capacity and making, for instance, small changes, like we still have a manual signaling system. You shift to an electronic signaling system, you can run more trains at, with a shorter interval between trains. That will increase capacity. You can add a few lines. You can do all of that. In addition to that, you can, as I mentioned, all the arterial roads in the city, Eastern Express Highway, Western Express Highway, JVLR, SCLR, all of these roads can have bus lanes. You see, if you see JVLR and SCLR, they are building metro lines there. And in fact, one lane of those roads are being taken over by metro columns. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, those, instead of building that bridge to run a metro, you could have easily made that line into a bus lane. It would have costed a minuscule fraction of what you're spending for the metros, and it would have moved more people per hour than the metro will do. So, I mean, it economically it doesn't make sense. Transport planning wise, it doesn't make sense. In terms of sustainability, noise and traffic, it doesn't make sense, but we're still doing it. And I mean, after all, we also have to understand that this is these projects are not done because they make sense. They're done because they make money, after all, and money for the people who promote them. I also wanted to thank Mr. Harish for pointing out about the bicycles in the data that I showed. In fact, the chart that I was showing was about motorized trips, not the non-motorized ones. In fact, 52% of the trips in the city are non-motorized trips, walking and cycling. That's more than half. Then what the chart that I was showing was 48% of the rest of the trips, right? So if you go by that 52%, in fact, the most amount of money in the city should be spent for cycling and walking. Then you think about buses and trains, and then you think about four-wheelers and two-wheelers and the rest of it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Another question, I guess. Sumaira, how many more questions we can take?
I think we can take 2 or 3, and then I would really like if Dr. Oak was able to have the last word, as
Sure.
the said, but I'm not sure he's able to, unmute himself. So if you could maybe questions, and then we request Dr. Oak.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, this is Dr. Sarika. I'm a ENT surgeon in Gurgaon, and Sumaira and I've been very inspired by Sumaira, and for the last 4 years, I've been doing a lot of programs, including doing global conventions for ENT surgeons across India and entire ENT community and the Indian Medical Association. We've been doing stuff on that. But I think 2 things. I mean, I've met Dr. Harshvardhan also, and he also is very keen to do something on noise. So like Dr. Harish ji said, first and foremost, we need to introduce, and very urgently, a chapter on noise pollution in early education from 5th standard onwards. Every year from 5th to 12th, there should be a big chapter on noise, so safe driving, driving without honking, and the ambient noise, including headphones, so that every child, by the time they pass out of school, and by the time they're ready for a license, they should understand that honking is a very bad thing, and they should, at least the next generation we can create, who will be better drivers than the ones we are currently at. Secondly, I was wondering if anybody here has the power to influence the industry and ensure that the horn level currently in India allowed is 90 to 112 decibel. Can the horn at production be made from 60 to 75 decibel, so that when you honk also, that noise is not as loud as it, so that, because it's very difficult to change the mindset of 135 crore people. But if the at production, if the horn is not more than 65 decibel, the roads will become little less noisy. Because I feel there should be an urgency. We've been doing a lot of whatever we can at our level, but we need to do it at a pan-India level, so that we actually see a reduction in ambient sounds in the next decade.
Hello.
Thank you, Dr. Sarika. We have been doing so much work in Delhi and taking it further into other places and other cities, I think we should all work together to have that happen. Thanks for your suggestions. We'll definitely connect.
What the doctor mentioned just now, I had tried doing that in Nasik. Now, I am not empowered to take action on those those manufacturers, who are manufacturing horns beyond the permissible decibel limits. That is the area of the legal and metrology department that our state also has got that unit. And if you start corresponding with that unit, with your complaints, probably they will strike at the manufacturing stage itself. Avinash, can you unmute Dr. Oak, because I just spoke to him just now.
Yeah, he's unmuted. He's unmuted.
Just before that, Mr. Baijal, if I may ask you, that is it feasible for the police to start taking concerted action against honking in the way they do against helmets and seat belts? Is this possible?
Easily possible, Somalia.
Okay.
Easily possible.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Easily possible.
Which laws are to be applied, how it is to be done. I think you have shown that there are laws and they have been implemented in the past. And even in the last year, although you said there are only a few cases, there are cases, which means it can be done.
Yeah, that initiative has to come from them,
Right. Dr. Oak, welcome, Dr. Oak. I'm so happy to have you here. Can we have the last word from you?
Okay. I see that Bombay police have started honking and red signal. You honk more, then the signal keeps on keeping red. But that way the honking will increase. I would suggest, if it is possible, to follow the London police traffic signal, where any vehicle which is making noise is automatically picked up by a software and the person is fined. So nobody else has to suffer. Is it possible, Mr. Baijal?
It is possible, sir. It's a question of priorities, sir.
It should be high priority now, actually.
I just shared my experience about my son's, hearing loss with all the participants. I don't know when we are going to wake up from this deep slumber.
Sumaira Awaaz Foundation should take up this issue.
Sumaira has been, the lone crusader in all this, she is, what you can say, the lone warrior. Durga bolo, Lakshmi Bai bolo, Jhansi ki, sare all warriors, combined into one, just one woman fight, Hats off to you, Sumaira. Really proud of you. Really proud of you.
Thank you very much. That's a little embarrassing for me to hear.
No way.
How many people have supported, and all of them or many of them are here listening to this. And so I would like to say that, it's not me alone, for sure. It's not a one-woman thing at all. It's everybody here, including you. I'm Sarika, and of course, Dr. Oak, and, I can't even read through the whole list, so I'm not going to start listing people.
Yeah, but you're the driver.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening to me, and, listening to me go on and on about the same thing and taking it further, and for attending this webinar.
I want to remind all the participants about this Pepsi ad, Ye Dil Mange More. So these webinars, should be more frequent. Now we have around 100 participants in today's webinar. Maybe, if we can multiply this, then the percolation will be faster. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Baijal. Thank you, Dr. Patel. Thank you, Hussain. Thank you, Dr. Oak. Thank you, everybody here. And Mr. Baijal, I intend to have one a month now that I feel that maybe this can go. May not be on the same identical subject, but something or the other, so that we can keep ourselves informed and aware and participatory in a participatory way on environment and noise and all those other things. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sumaira. Thank you all. Bye.